Hey! Welcome to 246 Island Auto. Today is December the 31st, the last day of 2024. This drag session here is called, usually you all will see me, Ramel, Alleyne, my man behind the scenes working on cars and getting the vehicles ready to go to the drag stretch and have some fun. But today is discussing drag racing in Barbados. Next to me here, which is my left, your right, I have one of the, if not the fastest two-wheel drive guy at Bushy Park right now. I'm going to get him to introduce himself to you. Also, I'm going to introduce myself to you as well. You all probably know me or not, but whoever watching this for the first time, we're just discussing drag racing in Barbados. And for the past, 2024, going on to 2025, the upcoming goals, what we could do, etc. We were supposed to have another guy here. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it. Sammy Kamabach, aka the CEO. But yes, without further ado, introduce yourself to the channel and everyone. And what type of cars you do drag race.
All right, cool. Hi, good afternoon, everyone that's watching. My name is Andre Brain, aka Juici. Currently, I drive and race a white A86. Everybody know the car pretty much. It's a pretty popular car. I also have a all-wheel drive car that I'm building, but that's later to state for another video. But right now, as Muffin would have said, we're discussing the two-wheel drive class within the drag racing fraternity at Bushy Park under the Bad Racing Club. And well, my car is an A86, as I said, 1986 model. Currently running a 20 valve 7A motor, turbocharged with nitrous.
Nitrous, wow.
Yeah. Currently, the estimated HP of the car is around 650 at the wheels. But interestingly enough, last event showed me that having all that power was not necessary, because we did the fastest time thus far recorded at a track for a two-wheel drive car at basically 22 pounds with nitrous. And before, it was running close to 28, 30 pounds, and it was not getting the same success. And that all happened based on a mistake. It was not intentional, it was a mistake. My brother drove the car to the track due to safety reasons. While he was driving it, we had disconnected boost controller, so it was running with escape pounds. When we got there, based on time being a little bit late, the event has already started practice. I basically got there, we put on the tires, made sure the ball was good, and we remember nothing about boost controller. Going straight up on the track, hit the track, and that turned out a time of 7.3, which was good. However, I recognized what's going on.
So that was your
my first run off the trailer was my personal best, and the car was not at full tilt. The car was at wastegate pounds.
That was 7.3.
7.3. Right. Straight off the trailer.
Okay.
And the truth is that the car had done its best 60-foot times. Normally, I used to be battling like 2.0, 2.1. I was lucky to get 2.0 back then. 2.0, 2.1, 2.2. Anywhere between 2.1 and 2.2 was the usual 60-foot time. But based on the efforts put in to get the track bike put down, and also changing up my tire package, I was able to start doing 1.8s consistently. And then on my fastest run to 7.1, I was able to do a 1.7 60-foot time. Moving on from there, we recognize, well, should I say, when I was going on the track, in my opinion, at the top end, the car has started to feel flat in comparison to what I'm accustomed to. And all the way back around to the pits, it was bothering me, and I was saying, like, why does this car feel flat? Like, it can't be that I get accustomed to the speed. Right. It feels flat. And
so it felt slower up top.
It didn't feel the same pull. It didn't feel slow, but it just didn't feel like aggressive the way that it would normally be one, like fight and that sort of stuff. I was saying that saying it right, but we had done a few things, so I wasn't sure if that was part of it. But it still bothered me even when we was in the pit stand. It was like saying here right, and then it hit me. Wait, and I asked my brother, "Man, can you plug in the boost controller?" He was like, "I ain't when you bonnet since we get here." I said, "I gotta be unplugged." So really and truly, lo and behold, I opened the bonnet, and boom, the wire was there looking at me straight dead in the face, not plugged in. So automatically now I was like, so we fastest time at that point it was 7.3 on wastegate. Like it just didn't make any sense. So anyhow, I said, well, this is a learning curve. We used less power and do a faster time. Don't let me turn it right back up to where it was. Let me just put on a few more pounds. So actually they dialed up about 4 more pounds.
Right.
Plug in boost control and literally turn it down and added 4 pounds on top of the 15-pound waist brake pressure.
Right.
Now the truth is that when you run nitrous, that is not going to be exactly 19 pounds. That extrapolate based on the pressure that you will get through the nitrous on the exhaust flow, because you can get higher exhaust flow. It boost crack a little bit to around 22, 23 pounds. So basically the run was done at around 23 pounds when it did 7.1. So we turned it up, and our second pass with 4 more pounds dialed up on the wastegate, which extrapolate to around 23 pounds, we were able to then run our best time of 7.1. After that, and achieving the 7.1, which was just after Sammy had done a 7.1, he had done a 7.18, and then we were able to achieve a 7.14, which was just about 4 times or 5 times faster than him. 500ths or 400ths faster than him. I mean, we was over the moon. I can't say anything less than that. We was over the moon. The goal for this year and last year was to do 7.1. Last year went and they didn't reach it.
Right.
This year was going along, and we had started to make some strides. We get back down into 7s, but we were not even at 7.5 where we were previously.
So you're saying that by one mistake that was made,
A mistake
allow you to realize that you didn't need
as much power as I was
power.
trying to dial up.
So in this case, less is more.
That is it. Less
is
equal more. On that day at Juici Park on a prep track, based on the tire package, everything, less was more. So I can't. This is the first time that would have happened. An honest mistake turned out beautiful results, and that was a big lesson for me. I shared it with everybody. I even shared it with you.
Of course, cause what I could say about that, I always on YouTube. I always watching drag racing across the world.
Definitely.
And I've seen this in Jamaica recently. The guy Roland with the Skyline.
Right.
He went to Vernon Field. He was racing at Vernon Field. He had the car turn up, and the car was running turns that he didn't like. The car was slow basically.
Yeah.
And the tuner bring back the car to the peaks and turn it down. Car get faster. He asked the tuner, "What you turn down the car for?" Tuner said, "No, you be spinning. We need to get the traction to the ground."
That's right.
And they turned the car down from like 60 pounds of boost down to like 30 pounds. And the car get the record at the track on that day.
Wow.
But the less power, more traction to the ground.
It's being able to maximize the amount of power that you put in out. So if
Exactly.
it's too far for the tire package, you're basically just blowing at your tires.
Exactly.
And I learned that the hard way.
Exactly. So, as I say, guys, he's currently the fastest two-wheel drive car at Juici Park. I was very excited for him because I know Juici years now. I know he have been trying to get the car dialing as much as I trying to get my car dialing. We so dialing, and to be quite honest, I would say, you know, we got moments at the track. We go to the track. Sometimes we have good days, sometimes we have bad days.
Yep. That's true.
One thing someone mentioned to me, that is Barry G that sells the race gas.
Yeah,
and stuff.
Barry Jokes.
Barry Jokes. He will have mentioned to me, anytime you go to the track and you race, the car come back home safe, you come back home safe, is a successful event. Despite we might not
nothing or anything, so
correct. Once we could get there safe and get back home, that alone is a successful event. We are chasing goals. As I said, Sammy Cumberbatch was supposed to be here. He's another 7-second guy. So basically, we are the lower guys in the lower 7s. They're guys running 7.1. I'm at 7.4. I'm front wheel drive, as you all guys will know. They're rear wheel drive, but we all chasing the goal, same goal. We trying to get better and better as the events progress. We actually trying to get in the 6 seconds.
That's a goal
right
for
now.
next year, actually.
Next year is 6
Any
seconds.
6 second pass, it could be 6.99999. Once I
And-
get 6, I'm happy.
I can be honest with you, Juici, watching your car in the last event, seeing your car at less horsepower and getting the
Out the
traction to
hole,
the ground.
especially out the hole.
I'm telling you, Juici,
Out the
your
hole.
car is a mid 6-second car. And I asking you, I telling you.
Boy,
your car
once
is
the gearbox, once the gearbox alone
It's a
to be
mid
great.
6-second car. We can talk on that a little further down in this conversation because
sure.
we got some stuff here to discuss.
Yeah.
But from me seeing your car is a low 6-second car. Once you could get it dealt properly, and the other stuff that we will discuss further down in this program. What I want to also ask you, right? What you think about drag racing? Pretty much for you, are you excited about drag racing? What do you think drag racing do for you as a whole? Does I mean this question in terms of like, is it like an easier mind? Is it relaxing for you? It takes yours. You do entrepreneur work. You're a mechanic.
Yeah.
You also have another job.
Yes.
So sometimes, does it release a pressure release for you? You know, like
Well, it is a getaway from the hard work life, the busy work life.
Right.
It's definitely a getaway, and I'll be honest and say that even when we took the trip to St. Vincent early in the year, and then you went Grenada, I didn't get to go to that, but just traveling with the car give you a different perspective. It gives you a different experience.
Right.
Honestly, anytime away from work is obviously be good.
Right.
I must first say that. And yes, it is a channel in which you can focus on and you setting your own personal goals, you're achieving them. It gives you a sense of fulfillment, huh?
Right.
And I don't want to say as a adrenaline junkie, but basically like speed. I every time I leave home to go to a drag event, I set about to do a faster time than what I have ever done before. Even if it's a 10 faster, 100 faster, I feel good once I achieve it. Every day is not the same as you did in Luther before. You could go to try, you can have a good day, go to try and have a bad day.
Sometimes the car does be working really good. So
I would say that last event, the car worked perfect. It was no issues. Well, no. Don't let me say there were no issues. There were issues. The issues were that the gearbox, after the third pass, had given me some fighting against some shifter lockout.
Right.
Shifter got tight. So that's why my session came to a abrupt halt.
Right.
But outside of that, what also gives you joy is when you come out and you see how, persons bring out the families and stuff. It's like a family event at Bushy Park. You see everybody coming out and cheering the various persons that they support, and that sort of stuff. Yeah, so it gives you a sense of fulfillment. You provide entertainment for everybody happy, so I like it. I love it.
Okay.
I won't trade it for anything.
So my next question to you is, how do you think the 2024 race season treat you throughout the whole year? Because I would have obviously overheard certain conversations with you and your dad that is right behind the camera, your brother. You have a full support system. I have also heard you. Also, I want to big up my daughter. She's behind this camera each and every time, supporting me 100%. So Kisia Alleyne, big up yourself each and every time. Yes, that she's right there. But I also would really like to know how the 2024 season, from start to finish, would have treated you. I know you had late nights.
Don't let me even talk about the late nights.
I really would like to know.
Don't let me talk about that late night.
Tell me how the 2024 racing season treated you.
The season started out pretty normal and okay. The first set of late nights would have been preparing to go St. Vincent, believe it or not. Basically, the year started out by getting the road case put in the car because after last year's 11-4 down Bourbon, after I did that particular run and I sat down and I really thought about how fast I was really going up that straight, you started to feel a little uneasy with the car, huh? And then during that same event, after my time, coming back, the guy Kevin, when he left the road with his Datsun, that really brought true meaning to the reason why you need certain safety equipment, why you need a roll cage, because that could have gone totally worse. If you look at the state of his car, yeah, you see the necessary need for having a roll cage. So after studying like the amount of speed I had to be going out there at to achieve that time, I said, no boy, I ain't feel good about this. I got the roll cage home for about a year, just trying to find somebody or even to find out how I could do it myself to install it. And then I contacted Kurt Worrell in the Rim.
Right.
He installed my cage. I think he also did yours after you found out about mine.
Yeah.
So big up to Kurt for doing excellent jobs on both of our cars, roll cage. Anybody want a roll cage, shout out Kurt Worrell in the Rim. Does excellent work.
And fast too.
Correct. Yeah, that was record
Fast
time.
turnover, yes.
So yeah, getting the roll cage installed, and then basically, you know, taking the car to St. Vincent was like, the car had a paint job from back in 2014, 10 years old.
Right.
It looking a little, I don't want to say shabby, but it wasn't looking as good as it should. And I remember Cheese telling me, man, Juici, let me sort out quick, man. You're going to see, let me try to get it done. And I mean, it was like a few days. And we had some sleepless nights, basically trying to sand down the car, clean out the inside, rub down the inside, get everything together. There were one or two little things they had to adjust. We did all of that, and that is really sleepless nights for 2024 started. Getting the car done, and basically it was a week before it was time to ship the car.
Yeah.
And we got the car done, repainted, everything in a week's time. And everybody was like, wait, you gotta be the only man in Barbados to get a car bodywork and paint in that space of time, because there was 1 or 2 bodywork spots that had to be done as well. And believe it or not, that worked out. I think up to the night before the morning of shipping the cars, we was basically putting on a few parts, but we got everything done, passed by Illusion Graphics to get the Basin flag and 1 or 2 other graphics and other decals, get into the shed there by Calvin Atkins.
Right.
We eventually get there. I get there like probably about 20 minutes behind everybody else, 20 minutes and a half hour behind everybody else, but it was well worth it based on the amount of push we had to do. So big up to Cheese on the glass, doing a fantastic job in a record time. Basically, who else? So I basically take this time to big up all the sponsors. Any other parts, Cargo BJ. You're going to packages to ship out of Miami, US, whatever. They got a Miami warehouse, hit them up, ship your stuff with Sean at Cargo BGA. Any other parts, as we said before, basically they got parts for all your Japanese cars and some of your Korean cars too. Don't forget that.
Alleyne sponsor both of us.
That's right.
So big up to Alleyne each and every time for coming through. Even at Bushy Park for bringing out the tank, make sure that
the banners, making sure we're comfortable in the racing environment.
So big up to Alleyne for sure. We will speak a little more about them and later down in the program, but for sure, I see what's on that topic.
Yeah, big up Alleyne. Outside of that, you got Benskin Auto.
Right.
Benskin, we always pitching in.
So what Benskin Auto do?
Benskin Auto, he located just below Percy King.
Right.
He does auto electric work, mechanic work, AC work. Basically, you got a point of view car, similar to us. Benskin Auto Benskin Auto, get your car repaired. Outside of that, then we bigging up Hybrid Plus and Eastside Auto Works. Hybrid Plus for all your hybrid solutions. If you got parts to get, services, whatever you want to do with a hybrid car, you can contact them. They're on Instagram, they're on Facebook. Hit them up, put in your inquiries, put in your orders, whatever you need done with a hybrid or outside of a hybrid, whether it's hybrid or all electric, they got you covered. And basically that's it. That's the sponsors.
Yeah, if it's anybody else that he forget, just forgive him because there's so much. And
it's true.
He don't know these questions that I'm asking him. It's just coming off randomly. So you know how it goes.
Definitely.
So both of y'all at Spam Home Scholarship has helped you out this year in graduation?
Right.
Well, racing in general has definitely increased in terms of costs. And I'll be honest and say without the sponsors, it would not be possible to do half the stuff that I've been able to do this year. Being able to be out there at every event, you know, like, yeah, it would not be possible without the sponsors. From gas, tires, even parts, expensive.
And what you think we could do, right, as drivers coming up now, like me or you, we at the level that we are at now, or that we are going at now, low sevens, entering the sixes. What do you think we could do to try to achieve more sponsorship? There's people out there that is willing to help us out, but I guess they're not, the awareness is wanting.
Well, to be honest with you, my friend, give me honest. I just be at home Sunday watching your videos, you know.
Right.
You see these videos?
Right.
These videos will be reaching far and wide. And I think that what you'll be doing is a marvelous thing. It's wonderful. Even getting me out here right now because you got the experience for me doing this channel.
Right.
Doing your videography. I actually would like to attempt to do some small ones, you know, to support.
Right.
But this, along with other things, this is definitely a direction to which we'll be able to harness some more sponsorship, because people could see how they could get some mileage, how they could get the brand out there. People could see them. You understand? The other thing about it is, when we traveling, as like this year is the first year the club has been able to take racers out of Barbados and carry us, even if it's just
So,
St. Vincent, Grenada,
I see
for
just
2024.
mentioned, so we want bigger to bad club. We want bigger to bad committee. 150%. They have been working extremely hard behind the scene.
Definitely.
I know we're going to get some guys from the committee on this podcast as well to come and give their thoughts. So not crossing Juici there, but
Yeah,
yes, I
definitely.
want to big up
No problem.
to Bad for sure for getting us out in the countries and representing the club. Barbados, our families, and each and every one of us. I know
Definitely.
you just like me when we traveling. We travel will be family. It's
Yep.
good to have the family out. It's just
Even
overwhelming.
we bring every family. When we travel, as I've said before on a previous video, like when we at home, we trying to beat one another. But you see,
That's
every
it.
time we put cars on the boat, everybody is one.
It's one.
When you see the unity that be happening in the pits, that how everybody's up be working towards one another,
Trying to get one another.
common goal. We beating the opposition as Team Barbados.
Barbados want to bring home the goal.
It's that family setting
That's
that you cannot replace it. Like it's get a different feeling, a warm, fuzzy feeling.
warm
Are you talking about right now? And they get a little boost, man.
It's true. As he just mentioned, when we here, we want one another throat. That's
Correct.
it. We
Correct.
want another throat. And to be quite honest with you all guys, we making one another better. And that's
It's
the
true.
honest truth, because I can tell you something, right? The last event, I ran 7-4.
In the
Right?
practice.
In the practice.
I didn't get there yet.
Juici didn't get there yet. Juici come now and had issues. Juici said no.
Tomorrow, my friend. Tomorrow.
Romel ran 7-4. Juici went home and pulled down his gearbox. He and his family.
Yep.
Work 3 hours in the morning. Come back to Bushy Park. First hit right off the road. 7-3. Beat me right off the bat. Yes, I had some issues with the car because we would have just put on new turbo, new intercooler. Realized that the engine was way more efficient than what it
previous.
was before.
Yeah.
So we had issue with wastegate. We couldn't get the turbo control properly, all of that. But we met the best of it, and I was so happy for Juici and Sammy and the guys,
yeah.
because don't get
Definitely.
tired. Sammy's not here, but Sammy had a lot of issues with differential.
Changed the whole back of the car.
Back of the car.
So he moved from an independent
drive
suspension.
shaft.
So what happened in Grenada ain't happening again. Sammy said that is foolishness. Gone big one. You know Sammy motto.
Correct.
When you start big, half the job done.
Exactly.
So Sammy do so and went straight to the top 4 9/8 and changed an independent suspension car to 5-link. That's what on it right now. 5-link with a wax link, set up at the back.
Exactly.
So he will not have axles breaking no time in the near future.
Well, something else would give like the drive shaft.
Yo,
as you would have
but
seen
that happened at the last
at
event.
the last event.
Axles holding good, clutch working, and everything in the drivetrain. The weakest link has now become the drive shaft. So we know that Sammy working on that for next event.
Correct.
He ain't coming in 2025 with that same
We know that
problem.
And
That's for sure.
And as I told Sammy, as I told Juici, and I say yet again, these the fastest of the fastest guys on the island 2-wheel drive right now in the AFML.
Correct.
Right? I'm the fastest front wheel drive still, and I tend to keep that record as long as I can.
Yeah, the closest man to you 7-7. That's 3 times back.
Correct. And
He now get where you were at the beginning of the year.
At the beginning of the year. And to be quite honest, when I tell
But
guys,
he coming on good though.
yeah, he coming on good. As I told guys, when I was the first front wheel drive car into 7s, I've done that in 2023 on a non-prep track. So
It's a 7-9, right?
7-9.
Yeah.
Seeing the guys now coming in to the 7-second bracket, I want big up to Odell. I want big up.
Yeah. Congratulations on that 7-9 order, boy.
Yeah, congratulations on that Odell.
And Dave Davison.
And Dave on a 7-7.
7-7, yeah.
Big up on the self each and every time. I'm gonna get you all guys on this podcast as well.
I
Guys,
think Kevin did his personal best this year as well, you know.
Kevin
Griffith, Yellow DX.
yeah, what he did.
He was able to touch a 7.5. Actually, until he was able to move from 7.5, his 7.5 was the fastest 7.5 out of all the 7.5 men.
Nice.
He was able to get ahead of me, Sammy, everybody.
Nice.
So he has some challenges. We'll be looking for you in 2025
Yeah,
too.
big up to yourself, Kevin. We will also get you on this podcast too. This podcast basically is for us to discuss drag racing in Barbados, make it a better drag racing for 2025. And I got, like, just make it in the whole. Guys, to be quite honest, my goal for 2025 obviously is to break into sixes. And that's my plan, and I can see that we getting there. So I can say this right now, right? All of your low budget Evos out there, get it right. Cause this man next to me, Sammy, Kevin, all of
we
us,
coming in sixes. So
we coming for sixes, and ain't gonna be a safe part.
I remember about 2 years ago, man was saying sevens is the new 8.
Yes.
Well, sixes is the new 7s.
Correct. So I let wanna know, when a lower budget Evos, get it right, because we coming, and I guarantee you, when the 2-wheel drive men get sixes,
it's time to get out of sixes.
it's time to film when they get again.
4-wheel man got get out of sixes. It's time to get there first.
Get fives.
It's fives.
It's fives for winning, because when we coming in sixes, we coming to rule. And
You're
like being real,
uncomfortable.
it can be uncomfortable. So the low budget Evos, get with themselves together. I know that we on the Evo start, right? I want to find out from you. What you really think is the issue that we can have the 4-wheel drive main racing for like a full year? Because when you really study it, what does really bring out the crowd? Yes, you might get a 4-wheel drive man come out, or 2.
Yeah.
Right? We got men like Charlotte that's be consistent throughout the year,
Yeah.
and 1 or 2 other guys. But to be quite honest with you, I find that the 4-wheel drive men are not consistent. They're always billing, they're always doing that. And then the crowd is depending on the 2-wheel drive men, the 25 guys, and they type of guys.
And the aspirated Honda man.
And the aspirated Honda man to entertain the crowd. But I know the sport is expensive, but I would like to hear from your take, because this is my take about the 4-wheel drive guys. Everybody want to come correct all the time. Everybody want to be the fastest person all the time. But in my opinion, everybody can't be fast. Somebody got to take a loss. You can't always win, but at least if you could come out and get to know your car.
You can't get perfect before you come
and
out.
get seat time. Seat time is very important. I can be honest, every time my Toyota BZ wagon hit the track, it's always be a PB. It's always be a PB, because we're getting more data, consistent data, and we're getting faster and faster each and every time my car land. I finished with a 7.9, a 7.8, a 7.7, a 7.5, a 7.4, and I've been consistently getting faster and faster all the time.
That is true. But you just hit a very important point. Data is important, because truth and told, right? I was getting some challenges with the car in terms of leaving town. Besides the track bike, besides the tires and change, there were some other things that were underlined as well. Things like I had lost my map due to computer crashing, and in the heat of the moment at the track, you get back at our map, you change all the things that you basically see straight off the bat that you needed to change. But there were some underlying things that you keep passing over, taking for granted that they were set and they weren't. So basically a vacation trip, well being on a vacation trip,
right, on
a boat in the middle of nowhere,
right,
I was able to sit down and analyze my map and the log.
Wait. You mean to tell me that you went on a vacation trip with your laptop?
I have my laptop, of course.
Okay. That is a racer. See that?
Of course.
That is a racer.
I thank Bruce for that part, because Bruce, before I went on that trip, right?
Which Bruce?
This is Orville.
Orville Bruce, okay.
Orville hold me and, in Bajan terms, give me a wash off.
Right.
Man, tell me, man, you at this racing too long. You should not be at these times.
And that's constructive criticism.
Yeah, exactly.
Constructive criticism.
And I listened to him, and I listened to him very well. And I say, you know what? He got a point, you know. They got some fundamental things I gotta be missing. He even made the point to tell me, man, you ain't gotta get a tuning, you know, because you ain't getting this thing right. And I know it's tuning my car all the time.
Right,
so,
right.
I said, like, see, I know what to do. And I take the laptop, knowing that I can go at least a couple of days at see or what's not, that I can be able to look and see what's going on. And I took one day in question to just sit down and run through everything, the logs, the map, and it was amazing the amount of flaws that I found in it. There were a lot of mistakes, things that I had overlooked, because as I had said, the real map had been lost. I had took an older one that was there and tried to bring it up to speed, but in the heat of the track, you literally get miss things. And racing, even though you know well it's be well in advance the planned date due to work and then other work, you realize that it's coming to a lot of crunch time. Like a week before racing, you know trying to check and do certain things, and you didn't really get to run through it as detailed as you should. So being on that trip, I was able to run through, find a lot of flaws, was able to correct them. And the first event that I would have done since finding these flaws would have been Bourbon. And there was a significant difference in how the car left town in terms of launch control, because there were flaws in the launch control, there was flaws in how the boost was ramping in terms of boost with gear, and all those things were totally wrong. Some were off, and some had their wrong values. So the trip did us well. Came back, ran at the November 30th event. Unfortunately, I basically broke the box, rung off the input shaft, going to the line. So eventually I had to course through the line, but course through the line and still did, I think, 200 faster than my time last year, which was a full pass through the line. So I know then that the car is obviously faster now than it was last year.
Right.
Because I was throttling from start to finish last year and do 11.4. I throttled 3 gears, pull a 4th, and basically that ring off and course through the line and do a slightly faster time. So it shows me that the car clearly had gone faster between last year and this year, and difference between changing up the map and seeing the flaws and now.
So you were saying then that you had a successful 2024.
Definitely, there's no questions about that.
2024.
Traveling with the car, that's a success. Again, the personal best which was set from year before at 7.1 and finally now reaching it, that's a success.
Right.
Having the car still at the end of the season not broken, except for the fact that the gearbox got a problem,
Right.
is a success. I can't complain.
So let me ask another question.
And you know what? It ain't only good from the fact that I get my goals. I actually glad that all my other counterparts that you get personal best.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
you had said about to do past us at 7.5. I remember my friend saying, one of the fellas at 7.5 got to look out, Sammy and Juici and Kevin, I coming for winner.
Yes.
And lo and behold, 7.4.
So you-
and if you didn't have that problem, who knows? You could have gone,
Yes.
probably be done at 7.1 now.
So you were saying then that you think that I am a good inspiration for you all guys to keep one step ahead of me.
I think it's the 4 of us that's actually got competition one. Again, everybody should be doing better each time.
Correct.
Me, you, Kevin, Sammy. You see them 4?
Yeah.
That's the 4 that in tight competition all the time. Like,
When I hear that,
it is like, my friend do better than me today. I congratulate him, but I gotta find a way to get back at him.
It's
I
true.
gotta do better than him next event or later on in this same event. It's like, I remember we do that 7.4. I was like, yo, I was like, I tell me one man, my brother boy, whatever I'm at 7.4. I had 7.6. That was the practice night. I
Right.
could not get past 7.6.
right.
And clearly, between 7.6 and on Saturday night, and I doing 1.8 foot times, and 7.3 off the trailer was just a reduction in power. If anybody had the opportunity to watch some of the videos from that practice night, I mean, you could hear the car was on big pounds, but traction was an issue. The next day, I missed it, and not intentional, I missed it, and we good to go.
It's
so that was a learning curve.
Yeah, that was a
night and day between a matter of hours, because we had to go home and rebuild the box. We ain't get no sleep. I think when we finished, it was about 8 o'clock in the morning.
I'm glad you mentioned that, right?
Yeah.
I can jump to another statement here because you just mentioned that, right? And luckily for us, in December, we had a 2-day event.
First time in a long time.
In a long time.
Yeah.
But I want you, because I've been telling the club this, I know that they have been having issues with
Getting the 2 days?
Getting the 2 days and stuff like that. But hopefully things can be put in place for 2025. Because let me ask you a question. Let me say, right, that we only had 1 day, which was the Sunday, right?
Yeah.
To race.
Yeah.
You couldn't go back and make a change to come back and do your personal best.
It is true. It is true.
2 days allowed us, because the practice session allowed us to see where the car was at, so that you could make changes to go back and come again.
It also allowed the mistake to happen too.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is, I know like this has been a challenge for the club, but I'm hoping, you know, whoever's watching this, that we could try to get some more to
2
the
days,
event.
yeah.
At least even if we get the Saturday
To do some
just to do
practice.
practicing, we don't have to publish no times or anything like that. And at least the girls could get there so that if something happen, we could still make changes, go back home, make changes, come back, even if make changes at the track, so that on the event there, the Sunday,
You can do
the
your
crowd
best.
that coming to watch us to perform, to entertain them, that we could give them a show.
It's true.
Because sometimes guys could break things, and things usually break on the day. Some guys prefer not to practice, just come, like Sammy. Sammy don't like practicing.
You don't believe in practice.
Sammy
but
like if my car got 5 revs in it, like he get the 5 revs, like, which is
race
all
day.
fine. But sometimes it could be good and sometimes it could be bad.
That's true.
But I'm just saying, you know, that in a whole. And as you had mentioned about Bruce and the guys, I would
Yeah.
like to take this opportunity. Obviously, Bruce, the hospital boys, they helped me tremendously. I ain't telling you no lie. When we was at in St. Vincent for the first time,
Yes.
and your father, he was
Uh-huh.
there for the first time. I was at the track, and Bruce told me, bring that car with the container now. Bring it out. Come, Romel, come. We here to win as a team. Come.
Yeah.
And Bruce teach me.
camaraderie is
Go down the
amazing.
track, check your tire pressures, come back, check it again, do this, do that. My guys was there, and he teach my guys. He even showed me like, Romel, open your door. See this here? This ain't right. You gotta fix this here. This could cut you. If you get in an accident, this could scrape you. You don't want this. Look,
Yeah,
Bruce,
it's a lot
these
of
track
little
guys.
things. Yeah.
You all teach me a lot and teach a lot of the guys that coming up a lot of stuff, because obviously safety first. And without safety, you're wasting time, especially the most. But all that we trapping and that we going at,
It's true.
imagine the hospital boys that even way faster. Them men got the record on in Barbados. Them guys going on really fast.
Correct.
And safety is important. So any guys out there,
How much you dropping now at the if?
105.
Oh, yeah, you're saying 105. So you see?
Right? So the car is going really fast, and I had an incident at the track that obviously cut me short. I lose brake, and obviously brake is a serious thing, fellas. My car was fine upon when I finished the run. I went to brake. I realized the car had the brake, and the car pulled to the left, do a full 360, drop down, damage the rim and tire, and it was a scare for me. And as a guy, I usually try to take safety as much as possible. But what I realize is that we focus on horsepower. We focus on getting the car fast and all kind of stuff. But we don't concentrate on the small little things.
Suspension and brake.
Suspension and brakes that could make you or break you. And I order fresh brake lines. I order everything for the car. The car is actually packed right down now. If you want to follow me on Instagram, you always see that I got the car straight right out. The engine there behind me right now getting, well, nothing have to do with that. That is good. So thank God, no problems with the engine. But suspension wise, safety wise, looking good wise, we clean up the car now. So I say all that to say, all of you guys out there, do not rush it. If you all want to come out and be safe, you know what I mean? Take your time, because racing ain't going away. Racing and get even, I believe 2025 is going to be Barbados' best racing season and onwards, because a lot of guys coming out. I was told
Yeah,
that
you got a lot of Honda projects, boy.
a lot of Honda projects
Real
coming
all-wheel
out.
drive projects coming out.
I was told Saul coming out, Dealer coming out, Bali coming out.
The other fella up in St. Thomas. He can't buy Robert right now. All-wheel drive.
Oh, Verdon
Correct.
coming out. Oh, big up to Robert, the speed shop. Robert, I want to thank you a lot. You was one guy, and I must say, right, Robert, you was one guy that you could call anytime in the night. You can message anytime in the night. You're going to answer your phone. If you don't answer, you're going to reply. And you can always ask you for assistance or success, and you always want to see guys do better. Robert told me earlier in the year, Romel, your car could do low sevens. I said, Robert, nah. Car can't do no sevens, man. It hard. Robert said, telling you, B, you could do it. And, you know, just listening to Robert and
That
getting
inspiration.
and getting the advice from him, you know what? It's possible. And Robert is coming with an all-motor car, and Robert said he's coming to do 6s.
All motor.
All-motor. And I telling you, if it's one body, you know that can do it all-motor is Robert. Because this man, whatever this man said he can do. So, yes, again, big up to Robert, the speed shop, each and everything. I also, if it's one person that don't do much drag racing now. That I would like to come back and do drags, to be quite honest, because I feel that he got a big following, and he also does do things, and what he said he can do, he's do.
Who's this?
Cheese.
Oh,
I would like Cheese to come back out and drag race. I know that he ain't to the rally and stuff, but
yeah.
a lot of politics are going on between that in 2024, and they would like me to put that behind. But Cheese is another man that when Cheese come out to drag race, he's putting on a good time, and that's hands down.
Yeah.
Like jacket.
Yeah.
So not drifting off the scene, but what is your goals now? I know you have some gearbox issues and stuff like that. What is your goals for 2025, Andre?
Well, one of the goals is honestly to try to iron out the gearbox issues. But remember earlier we spoke about how expensive the sport getting.
Right.
I don't think we need to divulge into the price of a gearbox, but gearboxes are not cheap.
So what's your plan in terms of gear? Or what we plan? Do you want sequential?
Personally, I would like to go to a sequential box.
Right.
If that's going to happen within the first half of the year, I do not know yet. I'm still trying to work it out. But in the interim, I plan to repair the two that I have.
Right.
Because for that last drag meet, the 7th and 8th, I bought a box the night before practice. Practice on it, I recognize there was a problem with it. And then I had to take the 2 boxes and make one, which is what I raced on Sunday. That's where the alternator was happening, right? But I plan to repair both boxes so that even if we do travel, we will have 2. If something goes wrong with one, you'll have a second. But definitely the sequential road is the road I would love to travel. Right. The goal in terms of time,
right?
I said second pass. Anywhere in the 6s. It could be 6'9". I would take that.
Could be 6'5".
And then well, it could be 6'5", but 6'9". I like to put realistic numbers that I believe I could attain immediately or as close to immediate as possible. So right now it's 6'8", 6'9". Anyway, 6'8", 6'9" is my goal right immediately now.
Okay.
If I do better, which sometimes happens, so be it. Because I did not know I would have done 7'1". After seeing 7'3", I was like 7'2" next. It skipped 7'2", I went 7'1".
Well,
I might say 1'6", and you can might say, all right, hold it 6'7".
Yeah, I could guarantee you. Today is the last day of 2024.
Very last day.
Me and you here saying don't chatting, right? I'm gonna guarantee you that the next time you come on this podcast, right? we gonna be different things. And our head in there. The reason why you say that, right? The sky is the limit, and I pushing. Right now, we go to 6s. Yeah. The first 2 we drive car into 6s.
But that's the race right now.
Right, that's the race right now, right? And I pushing for it.
That's the race. First man to 6s.
As I tell these fellas, don't sleep on me because I ain't sleeping. I ain't sleeping. I coming. And then guys know that I coming, and I coming to be the first in 6s.
The thing about it is that we can't doubt you because you're through the farm. You always say you coming. And everything you see you coming, you turn up. And then you go pass. Correct. And then we's gonna be like, nah, boy, we gotta show my thing. No. The order, this is the order. Correct. My friends always rearrange the order. Right. But it is what it is. Everybody doing better, and that's the goal. Everybody doing better.
So my future plans that you all heard, Andre, future plans for 2025. My future plans for 2025 is definitely to get 6s. Definitely to
change the box.
Nah, I leave in the box as it is for now. I ain't got any gearbox issues. Okay. So I can leave it.
Well, lucky you.
Until then, I can work with my box. So the box is still a standard box. The gearing mix up a little bit for turbocharged applications. It seems to be working
for you.
So we gonna work with that now. And until we get gearbox issues, obviously the plan would be to go a dual box eventually. Yeah. But at this stage, I don't think it's necessary. But we got some events coming up.
I think the first event is in February.
16th of February. I think
this is the week before the cars gotta go, right?
Go down to St. Lucia. We also will be going to St. Lucia. So my plan right now, the car is getting bodywork and paint. I paint in a full total. Listen, guys, I been in a management in the car. My car had a Honda, right? Have been doing well. Now? I going fuel tech. I've been racing my car all through 2024 without an instrument cluster. Just by sound, changing gear and everything.
You had nothing to look at?
Nothing to look at. Right? I tried pinning a tablet. The tablet will work, it won't work. I set up frigate, it got dead. I just get frustrated, and I was driving my car the whole of 2024 season with no instrument cluster. All I had was an oil pressure gauge, right? I didn't even know at times if my car was up in temperature. So sometimes I would know when the car up in temperature, sometimes when the car started oil a little erratic, and when Fabian put the laptop on it, it went up in temp, he had let the car cool. No, but I had no instrument cluster, fellas, for the whole of 2020.
You the flying blind?
I the flying blind, basically. And with the grace of God and me knowing the car, I know how to change the car, is how I was racing that vehicle here. So right now,
you're doing good though.
Yeah, right now right now, big up to my team, each and every time, to Fortress Island Auto team, the females behind the scene, my wife, my daughter, Josh's wife, each and every one of them. Big up to my boys, you know, Josh, Fabian, Gooding, each and every one as my travel guys. My father always backing me 100%. Big up to my team. You know what I mean? Without the team, it won't be possible. But I know that the car at the shop and when that car coming, it's all hands on deck. We got some sleepless nights.
Get put back together.
Cause we gotta get put back together.
Correct.
The car got tuned over from scratch. All types of stuff.
That's true. Cause you change the management.
Exactly. So big up to the Lizard. He actually probably at home working on the way.
But you know, there got a lot of fellas that watching this that fuel tech junkies.
Yeah.
So you're running a 550 or 600.
550.
Okay.
550 fuel tech going in. And we working the CO2 gas now.
Okay.
To control the 60 foot, the boost and stuff, because front wheel drive we began some issues there. That's the first thing for me. Robert is who told me to go over with it. He discussed it with my tuner, the Lizard. The Lizard said yes, it met sync. So I, big up to my team. The plan is to get the 60 foots down. I just come back from overseas. I went to one or two non-prep events down there. AFMOs too.
Where this was?
This in Florida.
Okay.
AFMOs, I was down there watching one or two races, right? And believe it or not, right? AFMO, non-prep. These guys cutting 1, 3, 1, 4, 60 foots. And I saw it on the tongue slate, fellas. And these guys running 6. I want to tell you, like, the fastest time I saw down there was like 6'4". Non-prep.
Two-wheel drive?
Two-wheel drive. Front-wheel drive.
Front-wheel drive?
Yes, 6'4". And I tell myself, we got more work to do. That's how I know.
That's enough for work though.
Yes, that's how I know that these guys to another level overseas, and we are not that far off, It's just that what we need, in my opinion, Juici, we need more racing. We need more dialing. I think I could be wrong. I don't know if you look at the Abernat for the calendar for the year, but I think we got like 5 events this year, right? 5 events this year. I know that we on this topic. Including travel too. Well, sorry, not including travel. 5 local events.
5 local events.
I think
those are ifs. The quarters.
Yes, yeah, that's ifs.
Right.
So you can probably got 1 or 2 quarters.
Right.
So no, we on that. We also have another club that is a circuit club, Barrel. Right. They do circuit racing. That now they're doing some acceleration tests now. What do you think we could do as 2 clubs to come together? Because if we could get Barrel and Bad to come together, we might get some more racing quarter mode events. You know what I mean? I know that they had their differences in terms of there was supposed to be a joint event like this year. I think it's this year.
I think that fall through crap.
But that fall through the crap because they come meet on the same terms. But obviously, you is a racer. Sammy is not here as well, and Sammy would have speak on these terms. I haven't participated in any of the Barrel events for the year.
For this year,
right? And I'm gonna give you all guys my take on it. And it's not because he's a bad man and this and that the third. Me personally, I like time slips. And that's just me. If I coming out to race, I want to see time slips. I want to know.
And you want your actual data.
Correct.
60 foot time, you quarter mile time, and you eat your miles per hour at the end. You want all them times.
I want times, right? But I like to see a time slip, meaning that if I do a good time,
you got it.
I got it and I could post it and say, yeah, I do this here. If I got a barrel event, I hear this way run and that's it. But I have no proof of it, right? I know that the equipment that they are using might not be drag racing equipment, but equipment is so equipment that could give you
A time.
proper time. But as I say, you're a racer. As Sammy was saying, he was saying you're racers.
Well, I
You
can-
compete at any drag events in Barbados, if it is barrel or bad, you just compete at
I just compete once, I got racing. I like racing bar.
Right.
So whether it's bad, barrel, it really don't matter, to be honest. I agree with you with having the data. I wish that you could get a time sit from barrel.
Right.
But any opportunity I get to go fast, I just take.
It's all about dialing.
Correct. I just take the opportunities. So it would be good to get both clubs to come together. But whatever the difference is between them, I don't know.
Right.
I can't really speak to that. But in the future, I would love, for the
you
good
would
of
like-
racing, I would like to see them where the acceleration test or the quarter mile racing is concerned. If they could get together where that is concerned and you know, do the events as a joint venture each time they have one, I think that would be a good step in the right direction, because they're supporters for both clubs. So if they have them together, then the event will be a much larger and more successful event.
Yeah,
So that was my take on that part.
Guys,
But
you hear that?
personally, I race on the both, because any event I could get to go fast, I go. Once the car could drive, I try to turn it, or once I available.
So guys, you hear that? We don't know what's going on behind the scene, but as I say, we would try to get committee member probably from both sides and see if we could get some sort of racing. Cause it will better for drag racing in Barbados for sponsorship. It could also help us get a quarter mile track, because
that a quarter mile home right
a
now
quarter mile home is
the next best step for drag racing in Barbados.
In
I mean,
Barbados.
we traveling to people places,
and they
and
want
we ain't got no way for them to come.
correct.
That don't look good.
So I believe the more drag racing we get in Barbados, even if it's on the both clubs could come together when it comes to quarter mile, and we could get drag racing home at some point, that would be great for us, and we could get home. Plus, in my opinion, Boma's getting a little too sketchy.
Well, based on the times that fellas
Based on
trying to
the
get
times that
doing,
the
yeah.
fellas getting a little too sketchy. So we need a home.
Yeah, because like Bruce Carr, when he did the 9-4, that was real sketchy, because, you know, obviously it's a normal public road. The
So-
road can be dusty, that sort of stuff. You can't get the adequate traction right through the entire range. So it was a little sketchy, and I don't think he's exactly keen on revisiting that kind of time and
Correct.
speed on Bourbon. So we all welcoming and waiting for this
So-
quarter mile.
Any minister of
We
sports,
hear that in the pipeline.
Yeah,
but
we
ain't
hear
seen that
so,
yet.
but we ain't seen nothing.
So-
any the minister of sports, the BTMI, whoever's in charge, and you all could see this video and send it to the prime minister, whoever that will be got powers that could see that we coming together as one for us to get drag racing home in Barbados. We've gone out to 2 different entities already. We went to St. Vincent, we went to Grenada. We come second overall in St. Vincent. I think we placed, I can't remember what we placed in Grenada, but I know we bring home a lot of trophies. I know I was the fastest front wheel drive. We had a lot of guys win a lot of categories down in Grenada as well. So the point is that we're doing good things across the nation. We're going to St. Lucia in February, and we're looking for bigger and better down there. And then we're traveling to a whole heap of Caribbean countries sooner or later. So overall, we would like a home. So whoever is watching this, you know, share, like, comment, subscribe to everybody and make it happen. So we're going to come in on close to the end of this session. But what I would like to know from you, what advice you would give to the youngsters behind the camera that wants to get into drag racing? You know, what advice you would give them? Because everybody think that when they down at Bushy Park and then down there and the hill go laugh at them and they may want this and that, the third. What you would
the
give?
first thing is this. Everybody don't need to have a Honda, a Evo, a Subaru, or any particular project that everybody claiming or running the hype behind.
Correct.
If you like a particular kind of brand vehicle, provided that you could do certain things with it, you could race it. At the end of the day, you gotta race, as we all say, race where you bring, eat where you grow.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, you can't start at top. The only people that start at top is a well digger. So at the end of the day, you gotta start at some place. It may not be dead bottom, but you start at bottom and gradually you'll get faster and faster. Once you are dedicated, you're willing to put in the hard work. It don't need to be expensive past a certain bracket. That's the truth. If you know that you wanna race a Honda Civic it might go in a B series, and at this point in time, you could only do aspiration, well-round aspirated, and you know what I mean, be the fastest in that particular bracket that you want to be at. And as time progresses, and as things change up, you might be able to go to the next bracket and work your way out. I didn't always in 7s. I started out, I think, between 8.5 and 9, somewhere around there. Because car started off as a turbocharged car, but at the end of the day, I even raced a whole year a standard aspirated Altiza in the 9 to 9.5 bracket. So, as I said before, I like racing. So, and people who are fully diehard race people, it's not about how fast you can go, but it's about that competition. Seeing if you was talking about earlier, is that competition. It's about, you know, you trying to make sure that you edge out that other person. Is that competition vibe that just make it interesting, fun, and enjoyable, you know,
right,
overall.
Because at the end of the day, I wasn't always where I at. I start off, people call my car a hearse, people call my car a this, a that.
I think you start off in 9 to 9.5 too, right?
In 9 to 9.5. I get cursed on the hill. My first race, if I could find it, I would put it in here. I had a 6-speed gearbox. My first gear was here. I did a burnout. I put it in reverse. Everybody know the Toyota 25, the 6-speed box reverse up
Next
here.
to first.
And that's the first. I reverse, cut it up there. When I went playing track, and I move off, my car reverse instead of going forward.
So you was a reverse still.
I frightened. People laugh at me, but I enjoy that. At the end of the day, I think I win that bracket too. Because the car was not coming out, and you know what? I had a good time. I started off, he wasn't there, but just keep on doing what you want to do. I feel like the sport continue to progress at it all the time, and you're going to get better and better and better. So for you all guys that watching this that know want to start out, as Andrew just said, aka Juici, as he just said just now, you know, when you can start out in the 9 class, 10-point class, we got a little starlet here that I guarantee my workshop guys in here, and I tell them come and sign up for 2025 in the club. We supporting the club, so I bring in 2 members from my garage to support the club, and then come in wherever bracket that car can running, then running in, and the club gonna find a class for them, and we gonna enjoy and we gonna have fun.
Correct.
Exactly. Now, the last 2 questions I want to ask, you know, like I've heard the club have been saying that the track bike is expensive, right? I think it's $1,500 a can for the track bike, yes. And I
be honest and said I was never privy to the numbers.
Yeah.
The numbers may have been posted in the chat, but like all things will be busy. So I didn't know the cost until now.
I think it's $1,500 a can, and they're used half of a can for every event.
Every event.
Right? So
that's like $750
correct
per event.
What you think we as committee members, not what you just say, we as committee members, what you think we could do as fundraising events to help raise funds for the club? Because obviously the club is not making money. The only money the club is when we get people to flock and come inside to Bushy Park to events to make money. So what you think we could do outside of that for the club to make money as committee members, that we could make money for the club to not buy track bike and help we improve we times?
That's a good one, my friend. I guess there are several areas they could look at. Now, the thing about it is promotional events.
Right.
Or things like fun days for children or something like that, where, you know, Bajans love the kids, bring them out to a fun day, you know, like a fair or what's not. You can make money from things like that. You could got limes where people selling food and drinks and that sort of stuff, car limes, car meats.
So you mean in a sense like we could get cars to come like in a car park, invite like a
car
family,
show,
car show, invite the children to come and
you could do that kind of things,
and
definitely
interact with the drivers.
Correct. Meet and greets.
Right, that's a good idea.
Right.
That's a good idea.
Which might not only give you money on venue, but also at event. Because you know when people get a personal feel for persons and the projects and what's not, and they get to understand how you operate and what your car does, what's not. It's like, again, I support my friend, or again, I support Sammy or Juici or whoever the case may be. Because I can be honest with you, racing back in the day used to be a case where the area you're from, your village or area you grew up in or that you come from, those people in that area used to come out and support the racer from that area. That's what it was before. You don't get as much of that, in my opinion, as before, since the whole redoing of Juici Park and what's not. I mean, people may say yes or no, but before Juici Park was done over, it was the old Juici Park. That's the environment I used to have. The whole entire village coming out to support my thing, that from down in my thing area. My friend racing Sunday, we out there. This for circuit racing. I'm talking about necessarily drag racing there, right? But just racing in general. The following was your area used to come to support you. You don't get as much of that as before. I'm not sure why. I'll be honest and say
right.
I can't exactly pinpoint why, but that has dropped. But as the question you asked about fundraisers, it's something that we as a committee have to sit down and think about. Come up with constructive ways and means to raise funds. We gotta try to capture sponsorship,
right?
And then in so being, be able to come up with very interesting and innovative ways and means for the same sponsors to get maximum out of their sponsorship through mileage and what's not. As we had even mentioned in the earlier sections of this podcast.
That makes some very good points that you just made. And I agree with you with everything that you just said. What I also think that we should do as well is have career days, meaning that we could go to the schools, right? We could go to the secondary schools, the primary schools, to take our vehicles there and let the children of tomorrow know, that it's possible for these things to happen. We don't have to always come from the brightest background or this and that deter, because honestly, 246 Island Ottawa, right? I'm treating 246 Island Ottawa as a business,
right?
And I'm telling you this obviously because at the end of the day, we getting sponsorship. We taking people money from different places,
organizations,
right?
And businesses. Yeah.
Listen to me, Andrea. I went testing at Juici Park and I break up my car. I would have said, you leaving out there, this event done. I get up on the hill, I get a drink, and I go watch. I can't do that.
Not no more.
I taking people money. The game's serious.
People want to see you out there.
People want to see me perform. I got sponsors who want to see me get more involved in the racing. And it's a business. At the end of the day, you got to look at it as a business.
It is indeed.
You know what I mean? We getting sponsorship. You're putting people's stickers on their car. On your car. We representing a brand. I take off my cylinder head at the track.
Because you tried everything to get the car right.
You call me, I tell you, yeah, Ramel, I hear that you had calamity at the track. I say, yeah, boy, I got a spare engine. Trying to get this car back up now. You're trying to do this here, whatever. And I remember you called me at 4 o'clock in the morning. People behind the scene don't know, but we communicate. You call me and tell me, Ramel, I put in a late night to know. And I tell you, I'm going to call you and let you know I get home safe.
Yeah.
I get home about 4:30, they call Juici, I get home. Or I get home too. I say I get here, I get sleep. You know I can't sleep because I lay down my bed, but the adrenaline so there I cannot sleep.
Yeah, after you go past a certain point, sleep
I get up,
difficult.
I drink tea, come down here, start the car, put the car up on the wrecker. When I start the car, I say, wait, this car sounds very funny, but I ain't paying the money. If some man might be a plug. Pipe on the car, realize that it was more than a plug. We had a piece of metal
stuck on the valve seat.
Stuck between the valve seat. We take off a cylinder head at the track.
Correct.
My aim was to do a pass. I never forget. One of my sponsors was there. Big up to Western Wholesales. They come out to watch me. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to rest on that event, but they'll come and take pictures where we working and that type of stuff. And the car started that day.
Before you went back home.
Before I went back home. And that was a success for me.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So
exactly.
So I mean, like, having career days for me to go and visit school. I see Jamaica does do it. Antigua does do it. Carry the cars to the schools, let the children see what's going on. It build awareness for the club, drag racing in the whole, and the full committee.
Ain't only that,
right?
But you know the children is the driving force behind parents, right?
Exactly.
So when children see the cars and get excited, then want to drive mommy and daddy. We want to go Juici Park, or we want to go wherever these cars is.
Great point.
On a particular event.
Great point.
That's bringing up more people. So I guess what you're saying, I agree totally with it.
I am
probably start getting into that.
I am on a subcommittee for BAD. Me, my wife, and some other people organizing some fundraising events for 2025. You might not know, but you all might hear for the first time. We have a cruise coming up in February. That information should be out by tomorrow. Well, I more likely
and that's gonna be before the event.
Yeah.
Right.
That's gonna be out. Actually, today is the last day, so this podcast here should be out tomorrow, and the poster should be out soon behind. If not tomorrow, the next couple of days.
Within the first week of January.
Yeah, for the first week of January, you all guys should see a poster for a cruise. And we are asking each and every one to come out and represent the cruise. We want this cruise, because all of the funds from this cruise going towards the club. And we're doing more fundraising events. So big up to the subcommittee, big up to the committee of the club. And in a whole, everything should be a success. And I want to thank you, Juici.
It was a pleasure.
For coming out. You was the first person on this podcast, so I want to big up you.
It's a pleasure,
every time I want to big up your father and your brother, everybody behind the camera there watching. Is a full support. Guys, we have a lot for 2025 in store. And big up to, all of my sponsors as well. Without my sponsors, it could not be possible. I want to big up Alleyne. As I said, there's joint sponsorship for us here.
Yeah.
They have the fastest rear-wheel drive car at Bushy Park and the fastest front-wheel drive car in Barbados. So I want to big up to Alleyne, all the parts and accessories. I want to big up to Western Wholesales, MKF Car Rentals, Alleyne's or the Revv Garage where we at right now here. Big up to A Plus Euro Parts. Big up to the one and only tallest record service for taking my car, because my car don't drive on the road. So I got to big up the tall man for getting the car to the track and from the track safely. Big up to all of my potential sponsors. And by the way, we don't have a sponsor for this event, but we're looking for one for the next podcast or the next podcast. We want a sponsor for this event. So big up to the welcome sponsor that will be sponsoring the next podcast or podcast or come whatever. Any outright, just want to big up Drag Racing in the whole. This is the first podcast at the end of the year, and many more to come. Drag Racing is a big thing in Barbados, and here as one, thank Juici for taking the time to making it possible to come and get this experience.
As I say, it's my pleasure, man. My pleasure. One last time, I can big up the sponsors. We got the joint one, Alleyne Auto Parts, and we got Cargo BGI. That's a shipping company. All your packages. We're bigging up Benskin Auto Works.
Right.
They're located in Rockdunda, St. James, Hybrid Plus, and Eastside Auto Works.
Like he mentioned about something cargo, you saying?
Cargo BGI.
Cargo BGI, right? I think it's something that I can get a committee member on, because we need a lot of the guys drivers. We just got to import everything. If we could get some person to work with the guys, the committee members that bringing in parts. But I was told that as we drag racing, we're supposed to be getting duty free.
Yeah.
I don't know how it does work, but committee members, we need to find out how this duty free does work. If we could get like the same cargo company to come on board.
You got to use motorsport.
Right.
Motorsport services?
I don't know. We ain't got much information about it, but if we could shit with some person that can make life a lot easier for us, I sure bet a lot of guys will we could come together as one, and when we bring in stuff, we could bring in as bulk, we could bring in as whatever, and just make the shipping a lot easier for us. Shipping stuff into Barbados and allowing us to get the parts on time and everything. But you know what? We will leave that for another episode.
Definitely.
So again, I think it was a success.
Definitely.
And I can try to get.
I'm looking forward to some more of these.
Correct. I'm looking forward to get this.
Next time we want Sammy and Kevin.
Yeah. As I said, they were supposed to be here. But guys, thanks for watching. We appreciate the support. Like, comment, subscribe, and guess what? We're going to see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.